ask you to please stand and do the flag salute and a short moment of silence afterwards. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, the public forum. Huh? Oh, roll call.
Commissioner Guile.
Here.
Commissioner Price.
Here.
Commissioner Larson.
Here.
Commissioner Smith.
Here.
And I note that Commissioner Shadwick is absent this morning. Thank you.
At this time, this is a time for the public forum, and this is the time where they can do anything that's not on the agenda, not published on the agenda. And it's a 3-minute time limit. And please come to the podium and state your name and address. The forum is now open.
Well, Norman Mantle, Pleasant Hill Road. I know this lady over here, her husband served in the military, so I guess the rest of you up here on the panel hasn't. Because you're not saying a word about Veterans Day tomorrow.
I talked about it.
Did you serve, Don?
Yes, I talked about it at 11 o'clock. We're invited to the sunset, and we're going to meet at the DAV afterwards. I announced that this morning. Yes.
Anybody that doesn't serve, I ain't got no respect for them, because I went. If you can't give up 3 years of your time to enjoy what you do here for the rest of your life, you can grin, Jimmy Giles. Shame on you.
Don't know what to tell you.
We did mention it this morning, Norm.
It should be on public address.
Well, we have announcements at the end of our meeting, and
no, it's not on the agenda to announce it.
well, that's probably when we verbally will announce it.
Well, still, those that don't go,
Thank you.
us vets don't have no use for you.
Well, I'm proud of our vets, and I love them.
Yeah.
And we had a big deal at our church this week, and
We don't want thanks. We want you to go.
well, we had people stand up and we gave them awards, and I got one of them. I served my time, and and a lot of our church people. I was amazed the amount of people in our church that have been in the service. Of course, you get to a younger generation where they don't even recruit anymore. But it's nice to see that we have retired veterans in our church.
25% of the military is women. If women weren't serving, the draft would have been reinstated because men don't want to stand up and do their fair share. That's right. 25% of the military is women.
Well, we're very proud of our veterans, and I think every commissioner in here will say the same thing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm sorry I didn't make the roll. That's just the way it goes, bud.
You can volunteer.
Well, I did. I've volunteered for a lot of things for this country, bud.
No.
No. Yeah, I have. All right. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else, we'll go to the, Item 1.
Item 1 is request for action 193-15 and a resolution 15-2179 for right-of-way vacation as requested by Mr. Chris Dower. And I'll make some comments here, and if Gary would like to add anything in a little later time here, that's fine. I've got a plat copy up here on the board. It's a little hard to see, but where we're talking about is right in here. This is Sundgren Road running east and west, Dry Creek Road running north and south. What we're simply doing is taking 10 feet off the right-of-way as a vacation of that right-of-way, and it's currently an 80-foot right-of-way right now. So what Mr. Dower has requested is we take 10 foot off from that. It's for an easement for DS&O Rural Electric Cooperative to provide power to a residence there, as I understand. If you want to go ahead and let that, we're going to let this scroll. There's a picture of a home there. We're talking about this area approximately in there. It's on the north side. We're looking east there on Sundgren Road. Runs out to the corner of Sundgren and Soderberg Roads there. That's looking again back east where we're talking about on the north side. There's where Sundgren Road curves and goes into Dry Creek in that area. As you notice, it's a very picturesque day. I was out there. It was a nice fall day, as a matter of fact. So, but that's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. We're wanting to vacate 10 foot of that right of way. Mr. Dower is the only one that is involved in this. It is on his land currently, and it would revert back to his property ownership if you decide to move forward on this today. It was published in the Salina Journal on Saturday morning as per the statute. Statute says we have to publish it once in the legals. It's KSA 68-102A that pertains to this vacation, and the legal description was written up by Terry Madison, our county surveyor. He always does a great job on these things and getting them right. This has been reviewed by our Register of Deeds to make sure that if you do take action in the affirmative today, that it will be recorded. The resolution would be recorded at the Register of Deeds office, and at that point, Mr. Dower and DSNO can move forward on this. Gary, did you have anything you wanted to add?
County and engineer and I have both reviewed it and physically been on the property, and we have no issues with it.
Yeah. Mr. Dower, do you want to add anything? Okay, all right.
I think you understand what we're doing. I mean, of course.
You want to build a house there somewhere on that property, correct? Yeah, and DSNO is wanting to run power, put up power poles there, right? Yeah.
It was out a long ways.
You want to pull the...
It was out a long ways, and there was really no need for it to be way out in the field like that. And any of the other roads, it's any Burma Road or Fallen Road, they're not out that far. So it
Right.
was just, they don't know why it was done, but there was a wider right-of-way done through there, and not really sure why, but it's not needed, so.
Somebody thought maybe it was going to be an interstate or something. I don't. No, it is an 80-foot right-of-way, which is not common for the county. Commonly, it's 45 to 60 feet. So, I would, as a county clerk, I'd recommend that you make a motion to vacate that. Commission have any questions about this?
Well, I think that DSNO is going to make a little money off you, and the county is going to get some tax money, so I appreciate that.
New house going up.
Yes, and we can sure use the money, so we appreciate that you're doing this.
Our son's going to live in our existing house, and then we're going to live in the
Yes.
other house.
So I'd make a motion that we approve the vacation of the right-of-way of the proportion of Sundgren Road and Thurston Road as requested in RFA 19315 as recommended by the staff.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Hold it. Is there any public comment? No, not seeing any. Why, we'll go back to the, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I guess you guys could have had comment, but you did have.
We did.
Right.
All right, thank you. At this point, just to let Mr. Dower know, I think I've told him once you sign that resolution, I'll get it up to the Registrar of Deeds, and she'll go ahead and record that. But you're good to go. If you want, I'll let Mr. Olberding know, his gentleman with DSNO,
Sounds good.
and you can talk to him too as well if you want. So, but that's our next piece of the process, and that'll finalize it. So.
Okay.
So you got an additional 10 foot of land all the way around.
Okay, all right.
And
All
I
right.
think things look nice out there. I've toured that, as you well know.
Yes, yes.
And I think it was the appropriate thing to do, especially for the power lines and
Thank
stuff.
you, guys. It just,
You bet.
These wide right-of-ways, it gets to be a problem for the county to mow them and take care of them and stuff, I mean, when they're so wide and like that. So it
Right.
looks clean if you keep them cleaned up to the edge, and it's a lot safer for drivers, too.
Right,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much.
Chris.
you bet, thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks for coming in, Gary. Ready for 2?
Yep.
Approval of county commission minutes for November 2nd, 2015.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the county commission minutes of November 2nd, 2015 as presented.
I'll second.
Any Conversation? None whatsoever? I'll come back to, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass 4-0. All right, any other business?
I'll read a little quote here from
Alrighty.
George Washington again. It's the duty of all nations to acknowledge the providence of Almighty God, to obey His will, to be grateful for His benefits, and to humbly implore His protection and favor.
And I will just follow up with that on the announcements that tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I know that it's a federal holiday. I believe this office, or this building, will be closed, along with some banking institutions, but I highly recommend that everybody attend the functions tomorrow at the park and at other locations, I think, throughout Salina, in honor of our veterans.
Any other?
Tomorrow, the memorials is at Sunset Park at the...
At 11.
At 11:11 there,
Yep.
actually. 11:11 on 11:11. But,
And afterwards, they'll be meeting at the, what's it, Bob Crawford,
the VFW.
VFW.
Then there's an event at the city, the Teenage Event Center down here on North 7th. I believe that starts at 6.
6 at night?
and
And that's for veterans and their families. They're serving a meal, I understand. So.
And I guarantee every commissioner here appreciates our veterans, they appreciate our flag, they appreciate our freedom, and there's going to be some freedom to get involved, and you can run in an office next year. It's coming up soon. So, freedom to vote, freedom to be a part, be a part of this.
And let's see, was there, we needed to talk about, what was we going to talk about that?
I think you were going to talk about maybe asking the citizens if they would like to
Citizens, yeah.
apply for interest to serve on the jail reduction committee.
Anybody that is looking for a position or a appointment, they might send in a interest form to the Saline County,
And it's on the
and it's online, and you can get on the jail act
You can actually get on the Saline County webpage and.
right on the
get
web
interest form.
page, and you can fill out a form, and we'd be glad to have all we can get that wants to be on that jail advisory. It's for reduction. Isn't that what it was for? Reduction of prisoners. Okay. All right. Anybody ready for an adjournment?
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.